Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What is a major turn-on for most people but you think it's gross? I tried a 69 once. She farted in my face twice. I was like, fuck this, I can't take another 67 of them. Quote, rolling on the floor laughing another 67 of them. I don't know if anyone really loves it, but the fake lips, tits, asses etc. just looks ridiculous. I think implants are nice for cleavage, but only like 5% of them look good naked. The rest of the fake shit? Nah, that includes eyelashes and nails. Fake eyelashes look ridiculous. Came here to say the same thing. I can handle fake tits to an extent, but the lips and asses are an instant turn-off. Same with them big ass eyelashes. Nice try guy with 47 tabs open who can't get there. 47, rookie numbers. 47 is barely a warm-up. The type of guys that are on trash TV reality dating shows are always licking their lips, sticking out the tongues, and rubbing their hands together like a fly. This isn't exclusive to PPL on shows, but is a good example of what I mean. For everyone asking for examples. Honestly, watch like any episode of Too Hot to Handle or Temptation Island. I felt too violated to watch much of this vid, but it starts off with the fly hands. Sometimes when I'm mindlessly scrolling TikTok, a video comes by of a guy doing this and my coochie dries up like a raisin, then falls off and sets itself on fire. And rubbing their hands together like a fly. I just startled the hell out of my wife laughing at this. Rubbing their hands together like a fly, oh man. Perfect comparison. Being called daddy. My ex did it once, it shriveled up. Nothing to get me out of the mood faster than calling me daddy. I make my girlfriend call me coach for this reason. My coach was at least in my life more than my daddy. Edit, just kidding, I watch someone else bang my girl. Coaches don't play. Coaches wild tears of joy. A lot of people in this thread missing the most people part of the question. That, or a lot of you are overestimating the number of people who enjoy some pretty niche kinks. Yep, pretty sure most don't eat ass. Looks like people are just using this as an excuse to kink shame. I have to repute this, at least among Gen Z. At a high school party around a big bonfire 2 to 3 years ago, somebody started a would you eat ass debate. The discussion grew larger and larger until eventually the group split into two factions, those in favor and those against. They then started polling everybody within earshot, and when it came down to it, we had two camps on either side of the fire and actually had to count the two to see which side won. Ass eaters won by something like 32 to 28. Edit, wow, 1k upvotes on the fucking ass eating comment. But my kink is kink shaming. I hate when girls in porn do that exaggerated moaning and that stupid thing where they stick their tongue out and go cross-eyed. Like, who thinks that's cute? I would die laughing if someone did that face. I had a partner that did that. I wasn't sure if she thought I liked it or if maybe she watched enough hentai that she liked doing it. She had a lot of issues with self-image, so I just left it alone. Didn't want to make her more uncomfortable in her own body than she already was. I just learned in this thread that the cross-eyed tongue thing is called a heigao. Goddamn Japanese are always blazing unnecessary trails. Fun fact, bukkake means to sprinkle in Japanese and doesn't normally have sexual connotations. A heigao. Why some people get turned on by a woman looking like she's having a stroke is beyond me. I don't know what this is, but your stroke description has me wondering. It's a facial expression, you can Google it and it'll come up. Hell, Google a heigao shirt. For some reason people take repeated pictures from hentai and make a collage of just their face on shirt and wear them in public. Like, I don't like to yuck others' yum, but I also don't publicly display my yum for others to see. Edit, I should clarify, you can Google it, but some results will probably still be NSFW, so do it at home or in the bathroom or something. Big, fake tits. Anything fake in my opinion. What's with those fake asses? That shit is fucking weird. My whole life I have had zero interest in strip clubs because why would I pay for fake love from someone who doesn't give a flying fuck about me? I don't know about most people, but I don't understand how ass licking can be arousing. It's disgusting. Once in a while, after my wife has let out an incredibly terrible, nearly barf-inducing fart, I wonder how anyone would want to do this. Maybe try while she's not farting. I think my wife is so fucking hot that she could fart on my tongue if she wanted to. I used to think so too until I was back there and the booty hole was just calling me. I went for it, enjoyed it, and have been hooked since. The sirens call, you wash up immediately beforehand. No one is going into that situation raw, and there's nothing gross about it honestly. It's just skin, and it feels amazing for the recipient. Turns me on to give and receive. My wife and I both enjoy it. You should try it sometime. That's the thing though, it doesn't feel amazing to receive for everyone. Anytime someone has done it to me, it just feels like I have a wet asshole and I wish they'd go a couple inches to the north. Except now their tongue is contaminated with booty. Yes, I know if cleaned properly there's no real contamination, but my brain will not accept that logic, lol. Tongue in ear. Makes me want to hit the other person as a reflex to make it stop immediately. And the idea of putting my tongue in someone's ear makes me hawk. In the ear immediately makes me bad shudder and my skin crawl. When properly done and applied only to the lobe and top outer portion, which I just looked up and is apparently called the helix, it can give me the good shudders. Food and intimacy don't mix. No fucking thank you, lol. I like to enjoy my food. To each their own, but to me there's absolutely nothing about eating that has any sexiness factor at all. I've always found pastrami to be the most sensual of the salted, cured meats. This is so interesting for me, because I've never actually done anything with food in bed, but I have experienced eating and then unexpectedly seeing porn show up in my feed, like, accidentally browsing home instead of, or, it is like this severe revulsion that crops up immediately. Like, really. In front of my salad. Single quote. Gigantic lips. Ellipsis dot. Which ones? I like the ones down south that are naturally pouty. Most of the women I've known that had the larger labia was a little embarrassed by them. I don't know if it's a major turn-on for most people, but anything involving pain is a huge turn-off for me. I go immediately limp, no matter if the pain is inflicted on me or they want me to hurt them. I've been subjected to both scenarios. People, but anything involving pain is a huge turn-off for me. I go immediately limp. Which limb do you become? Asking for a friend. I think they went immediately lamb. Limb just wouldn't make sense. I definitely don't think pain is a turn-on for most people. It's seen as a kinky thing 100%. Lots of people enjoy a light amount of pain in sex. In my experience it was something like 80% of the people I've been with enjoyed some combination of light biting, scratching, smacking, usually the ass, or choking. I think only choking it really considered kinky, but they are all mainstream. Obviously, get explicit consent before you try any of them. Spanking. I'd say it's a turn-on for a lot of people. I don't like spanking, but I had an ex that clawed the shit out of my back and IDK it kinda did something for me. Anything about foot fetish is kinda gross to me because some people even like them dirty and smelly, lol. It's all fun and games until someone licks the wrong foot and catch athlete's foot on their tongues. Please stop. Most foot fetish people aren't into licking. They're only into the visual aspects. And if they are into licking, the preference is usually clean, soft feet with no diseases of any kind. Dirty and smelly feet fetishes are genuinely disgusting. However, women's feet that are well taken care of with a pedicure are RLY attractive, especially with some dress sandals. I still don't wanna lick them. Spitting, I think it's gross, but I will do it, lol. If someone spits on me, I'm done. As in you finish or as in you stop. Knowing you think it's gross but still doing it somehow makes this hotter. All that daddy dom, mommy dom play. Creepy. I once had a lover who worshipped me as her god. She called fucking going to church. Is that better? I had a partner who wanted me to worship him like a god. I really tried, but a god incapable of doing his laundry and doing dishes is no god for me. Especially because he was doing his own chores before we got together and he simply stopped and expected me to that. Not my kink. Eating potatoes chips out of someone's butthole. I mean, I get it, chips are delicious, but I'd rather just eat them out of the bag. Lots to unpack here, mostly chips. This is specific. So I wouldn't call that a major turn-on for most people. Watching someone gargle on your cum just never did it for me. All that retching stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love some DT, but if it's going to make you vom, ease it back out of there please X. Regarding number 2, I'm what's known as a sympathy puker. Sound of someone hurling or about to, if I'm lucky, only makes me gag. Right there with you, absolutely can't handle this sound even with something otherwise really enjoyable going on at the same time. Cutsy speak. Was once briefly seeing a guy who called me PWINCESS in a high-pitched cutsy type voice which made me want to defamiliarize his cranium from his body. PWINCESS. I almost punched my screen just from reading that. Twerking. Thought I was the only one that finds it extremely unattractive. Nope, I'm an ass man, and I still don't like it. Anal sex is such a weird concept to me. The 4 most overrated things in life are champagne, lobster, anal sex, and picnics. Christopher Hitchens. I know like shit comes out of there, that's just nasty. Not right now, it's not. Penis. I'm a man and I find penises disgusting. I think, and I say this as a straight man, that some penises can be Aesthetically pleasing, I guess. Most aren't though. Mine looks like a chew toy that a dog has had for a long time. That's me with vaginas. I think they look weird and I'm a woman. They don't call it bumping uglies for nothing, lol. Yeah, honestly I think there's a really good reason the human body positioned the eyes so far from the sex organs. On both sexes I just don't see how they can be visually stimulating. If you're at a urinal, and you glance over and see another man's penis, that means that photons have actually bounced off of that penis, and then those photons entered your eyeballs. EW. Googling, can my eye get pregnant from photons bouncing off another guy's dick? Girls with gigantic bums or lots of filler in lips. I'll take a gigantic ass, so long as it's a real gigantic ass. Feet. A lot of people seem to find them irresistible. Not that I think they're gross, but I just don't get it. Apparently the body mapping regions of the brain happen to have the genitals and feet right beside each other, so the leading hypothesis is that foot fetishists have some crosswiring between the two, which results in the mating instinct, i.e. sexual arousal, being triggered by the sight of feet, so it's basically just a minor brain defect. I thought it was 'cause they're hidden a lot of the time.